Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
This is Mr. Chris Claremont, a legend.
Melanie goes,
Tired.
how's it going, all you Minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions, and this is again the last week of the month reminder. Today we're going to be talking about the books coming out the week of November 25th or 26th, depending on where you get your books. So let's go ahead and check those books out together. Hawkeye is what kicks off the last week of the month. My Life as a Weapon. This is the Marvel Premiere Collection, and it collects the first 11 issues of the 2012 series. Young Avengers Presents number 6. So yes, Pizza Dog is in here. That's the one that won an Eisner. This is by Matt Fraction and David Aja, but also Javier Pulido. $14.99, 280 pages. And also getting the Marvel Masterworks, The Mighty Thor Volume 24. Hashtag save the Masterworks, man. Collecting Thor 349 to 359, annual number 13, and Marvel graphic novel number 15 with the original colors. Walter Simonson's era in here with also Alan Zelenitz and Charles Vess. This book has a total of 392 pages and retails for $75. Marvel Rivals Infinity is coming out by Paula Lore and Peach Momoko. This is collecting Marvel Rivals, the One Shot, the Hellfire Gala, the King in Black, Ignite, Swimsuit Special, Friends and Foes and Rivals. And this one has 152 pages, $15.99. It is a smaller size book, though. It's smaller than your regular trade paperbacks. Return of Wolverine Omnibus. All 3 covers are available the same day. And you have a cover by R.B. Silva, you have a cover by Nick Bradshaw, and you have the standard cover by John Cassaday. This is collecting Wolverines 1 through 20, the Hunt for Wolverine one-shot, Hunt for Wolverine Weapons Lost 1 through 4, Hunt for Wolverine The Adamantium Agenda 1 through 4, Hunt for Wolverine The Claws of a Killer 1 through 4, Hunt for Wolverine Mystery and Madripoor 1 through 4, Hunt for Wolverine Dead Ends one-shot, Return of Wolverine 1 through 5, Wolverine Infinity Watch 1 through 5, and material for Marvel Legacy number 1, Where is Wolverine? Subplot pages. 1,232 pages, $125. And Spider-Gwen, The Ghost Spider Volume 3 is coming out that very same day. And that one is collecting Spider-Gwen, The Ghost Spider 11 through 15. This is Uncharted, 120 pages. $17.99. Stephanie Phillips and Paolo Vianelli are the main creators behind that book. The Star Wars Darth Vader Modern Era Epic Collection, Vader Down, is coming out that very same week. And that's a huge story. It's one of my favorite stories. And oh man, if you've never had a chance to read it, Vader's such a badass in this book. Collecting Darth Vader 13 through 25, Star Wars Vader Down one-shot, and then of course the 2-issue crossovers with Jason Aaron's Star Wars 13 through 14 are in here. Kieran Gillen, Salvador LaRocca, Mike Deodato Jr., and that cover there's by Mark Brooks. 416 pages, $49.99. And we are also getting the Uncanny X-Men. And this is by Brian Michael Bendis Omnibus. And this is collecting Uncanny X-Men 1 through 14, 15 Inhumans, 16 through 35, 600. So after issue 35, the next issue is the Legacy numbering issue. All New X-Men 16 through 17, Wolverine and the X-Men 36 through 37, Battle for the Atom 1 and 2, X-Men 5 through 6, that's the Adjectiveless X-Men from 2013, Uncanny X-Men 2014 number 1, annual number 1, and All New X-Men annual number 1. This book has a total of 1,128 pages, $125. So this does collect the Battle for the Atom, the entire crossover, and it does collect the crossover with the annual that were not included in the All New X-Men Omni. It does not include the Black Vortex story, which was the crossover with Guardians of the Galaxy and Star-Lord. just so you know. But there is a Black Vortex hardcover that came out a few years ago. It's out of print, but I don't know if they'll reprint it or not, but maybe one day. Wolverine, Death and Life of Sabretooth is coming out that same day. And that one is focusing on the Jeff Loeb and Simone Bianchi series. And that one is collecting Wolverine 50 through 55, Wolverine 310 to 313. The book has 264 pages, $24.99. This has been available as an oversized hardcover in the past. We are also getting the X-Manhunt that day, collecting Uncanny X-Men 11, NYX 9, Storm 6, X-Men 13, X-Factor 8, X-Force 9, and X-Men Manhunt Omega number 1. 208 pages, $24.99. And that's also where we're getting the Marvel Studios, The Art of the Fantastic Four, First Steps, and that is coming out, of course, in a hardcover format. Batman and Robin Adventures, the animated adventures coming out in a trade paperback format by Paul Dini and Ty Templeton, collecting issues 1 through 10, and this is 240 pages, $19.99. We're also getting Robin and Batman, Jason Todd by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Wynn. This is a hardcover that collects Robin and Batman, Jason Todd 1 through 3, and 144 pages, and $24.99. Titans, Volume 4 by John Layman is coming out, collecting Titans 22 through 27, and the book has 136 pages, $17.99. From the world of Image Comics, we are getting Free Planet Volume 1, collecting Free Planet issues 1 through 6, $16.99. This is by Aubrey Sitterson and Jed Doherty. And we are also getting Lady Mechanica Volume 5, La Belle Dame Sans Merci. And I know I just butchered that, but sorry, I apologize. This, I want to say, has been printed before in a hardcover format, and now it's coming out in a trade paperback format, $11.99. And this is by Marcia Chen, Joe Benitez, Martin Montiel, and Beth Sotelo. And we're also getting Void Rivals Volume 4 coming out that same week from the folks at Skybound, but also Image Comics. And this is collecting... Actually, it doesn't say what it collects. That's really weird for a solicitation. Neither the... I'm looking at both the PRH and the... Not PRH, I'm sorry. Lunar and Diamond, what little information they have. Huh, that is weird. Neither cover shows what's collected in here. Okay. But there are 2 covers. Robert Kirkman, Connor Hughes, Patricio Del Pecci are the creators behind that. And we're getting from Dark Horse Comics the Great British Bump Off, Kill or Be Quilt, coming out that same week. And that is by John Allison and Max Sarin, collecting the 4-issue miniseries, $19.99, 104 pages. Tomb Raider Colossal Collection Volume 2. By the way, if you missed Volume 1, it got a small restock. I hope you got it as of this video. Knock on wood. By Dan Jurgens, James Bonney are some of the creators here. Tony Daniel, Joe Jusco, Eric Basaldua. This is collecting issue 0, the half issue 35 through 50, and then the issues 1 through 12 of the 2001 series. And all 5 one-shot stories: Origins, Epiphany, Takeover, Arabian Nights, and The Greatest Treasure of All. 944 pages, $99.99. Crystal Heart by Eren Aviram and Aviv Or. It's a trade paperback for $29.99, 336 pages. Usagi Yojimbo, Volume 41, 10,000 Plums. This is collecting the 10,000 Plums 1 through 5, 160 pages. And the standard trade paperback version is $24.99, while the hardcover version is limited hardcover, $59.99. And the Rosalina storybook is also coming out that very same day. From Boom Studios, we are getting Ghosted in LA, the complete collection by Sina Grace, and also Siobhan Chiffin. And let's see, this is collecting Ghosted in LA 1 through 12, 304 pages, $19.99. Seven Secrets is getting a deluxe edition. This is the Tom Taylor and Danielle D. Nicolu, and this is collecting all 18 issues of this particular series, 496 pages, $59.99. We're also getting the Two Guns complete collection coming out that day, and that is by Stephen Grant, Mateos Santaloco. I love that dude's artwork in Ninja Turtles. This is collecting Two Guns 1 through 5 and Three Guns 1 through 6. And 1999, 296 pages. And from the world of IDW, we're getting TMNT, The Last Ronin hardcover box set. I do believe there's going to be a Omnibus edition, or I guess compendium, but this is the slipcase edition box set, and they are all hardcover. Life is Strange, the deluxe edition volume 1 is coming out from Titan Comics. This is collecting Life is Strange 1 through 4 and $24.99 by Emma Viacelli and Claudio Leonardi. And also from Titan Comics, Marvel's Venom, the first 40 years, is coming out in a hardcover format. It is amazing to me that we've got Titan, we've got Fantagraphics, Dynamite publishing Disney, Clover Press publishing the art books. Like, so many people are just publishing some Marvel stuff. This one is $24.99, and it's 40 years of Marvel's deadliest and funniest anti-hero. Interesting way of marketing that. From the world of manga, we are getting Adachi and Shimamura Volume 6 coming out that day from the folks at Yen Press. That one is $15. Blood Blockade Battlefront Omnibus Volume 2. I love the first volume, so I cannot wait for Volume 2. This is the same gentleman that gave us Trigun. And I believe in Japan, these were not released as an omnibus. They just had the Tonkabon editions. Devil is a Part-Timer Volume 23, continuing my buddy Tina's one of her favorite series. Boat Life Volume 2 is coming out that day, and that is being published by the folks over at Floating World Comics, and that is by Tadao Suge, and that one is $29.99. We're also getting Love Bullet Volume 1 coming out that very same day, and that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. And Gamera Rebirth Code Thursos is coming out that day. And Manga Classics King Lear coming out in a hardcover and a trade paperback, published by the folks at Udon. Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack Volume 5. That's really interesting that they're doing that, because that story is collected in the Gundam Origins, but Char's Counterattack, was actually the movie version. So this is by Takayuki Yanase and Sabishi Uroaki. So this one's $13.95 and published by Denpa Books. And Omega 6 is coming out that very same week. The Girl Past the Filters Volume 1 is coming out that same week. What are we even doing here? What girl, keep your shirt on. $13 from Yen Press. And the Search and Destroy Volume 3 is coming out that very same week. A Witch's Life in Mongol is coming out in a Volume 2. And I just have to say, this is from Yen Press, and I love that cover. Blade and Bastard Volume 3, I just love that title. Fruit Baskets, the complete box set, sneaking up on me that last week of the month. And also Rascals Don't Dream of a Sister Home Alone coming out that same week from the folks at Yen Press. That one is $24. From other publishers, we're getting Adventure Time Volume 1, Best of Buds, coming out that same week. And that is being published as a trade paperback for $19.99. And this is collecting Adventure Time 2025 series 1 through 4. There's also a limited edition hardcover that is a direct market hardcover by David Nakayama. It collects the same thing, and that one is $29.99. We are also getting the Lungful of Brine coming out in a trade paperback format, as well as the art of Sean Phillips from the wonderful folks at 2000 AD. That one is $44.99, and of course focusing on the Sean Phillips art from 2000 AD. And Bank Volume 2 is coming out that very same week, and that is the first generation, 1815 to 1848, and that one is by Cinebook, $14.95. I love that Cinebook is still publishing books now. They were gone for a little bit, but I'm glad they're back. Big Rig is coming out, Volume 1. There is the Nathan Gooden edition, and that is a hardcover. That is, of course, Post Malone. And Volume 1 also has a limited edition by Peach Momoko. Both of them, of course, collecting the same thing. It's all of the 8 chapters of Big Rig. And $65 for that particular book. And we're also getting the Bone Adventures trade paperback coming out that week. Bone More Tall Tales is coming out. Buried Long Ago is coming out that week in a trade paperback edition. And that is being published by the folks over at Bad Cave. That is by Anthony Cleveland and Alex Cormack. $17.98. The DC art of Jorge Jimenez is coming out that very same week. And that one is available as a hardcover. And it's $80 for the standard edition and $80 for the direct market edition. And the Frankincense Monster and Other Creepy Christmas Stories is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by, I guess with Christmas being right around the corner, by IPI Comics. This is by Jim Kruger and John Snyder, $11.99. We're also getting the Golden Age Classics The Spirit coming out in a hardcover format, Volume 5, and a softie. Harker Volume 2 is coming out that very same day, and that is being published by the folks at Time Bomb Comics by Roger Gibson and Vincent Danks, $12.99. And we are getting the Hobtown Mystery Stories Volume 3, The Secret Saucer, coming out that week. Loud House, I love that they're continuing these. And this is a Volume 25. My gosh, that is a cover coming out. The New Adventures of Zootopia, Volume 2, or rather Zootopia 2, Volume 1, Better Zoogether. That is coming out in a hardcover format, as well as Phineas and Ferb coming out in a hardcover format. I love that these books are still coming out for kids, too. We're getting The Red Knight, and that is $19.99. And we are getting the Rick and Morty Rickomania coming out in a trade paperback format. And that is collecting Rickomania 1 through 4 by Mark Ellerby, $19.99. We're getting Shaw Volume 1 coming out that very same week, and that is Shadow 1. And this is by Millsverse Comics by Pat Mills and Oliver LeDroit. And Sherlock Holmes and the Empire Builders, Volume 2, The Genie. And there's 2 covers for this one here. And one of them is by Fraser Irving, and the other one is by Dan Panosian. And to wrap up the week and the month is Thorgal Volume 26. Yes, Cinebooks putting out Thorgal again. And this is by Yves Sente and Gregor Rosinski. And that is $11.95. I was so jealous of all those Euro albums when I went overseas. And I hope they continue publishing these, and I hope they reprint some that we're missing. Now, if you're interested in any of the books I talked about, check out our sponsors.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries. Emails answer within 24 hours, waltzcomicshop.com, and you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over 40 euros. That's Waltz Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And those were the books that came out the last week of November of 2025. So looking at the books from November 26th. Let me know in the comments down below what you are picking up this last week, what you're most excited for next month. Oh my gosh, last month of the year. And as always, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. We are found on Patreon and Spreadshop. Amazing ways to support the channel if you can do so. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.